Hello, it's Karen the Weekend Craftaholic, and I have got a mug rug pattern today with a Christmas theme. I got this from Fat Quarter Shop, so I'll put the links down below. But if you saw, probably didn't see, but if you saw on there is actually a couple of designs. You can either do a pumpkin or a Christmas mug, which is the one I've chosen to do today. So I have put this on a fast forward speed. Overall, it took me over an hour to do. Wasn't rushing, so it's a nice quick project. Obviously, I've cropped out the bits that are a little bit tedious that you don't particularly need to see, which is me sewing. And because this is a paid pattern, I can't obviously show you too much detail as to regard to measurements or pages of the pattern like I was doing previously with Moda Blockhead. So if ever it's a free pattern, I think I'm okay to show you that as well as the links to download it. But when it comes to paid patterns, obviously I've got to be a little bit mindful of how much to show. But I did want you to see this come together because I absolutely love this. This is my very first mug rug pattern. If you're new to my channel, this year has been about learning how to quilt, so I'm very much on a beginner journey, and this is definitely a pattern I would recommend. Definitely beginner friendly. The pieces are very small. I would say that's the only tricky bit about it. So getting the cutting accuracy right as well as the sewing accuracy is very important. And I did slip up along the way. The seam ripper was on hand to help me out, but that's fine. Again, because it's a small project, it was pretty quick and easy to rectify any mistakes. It's also good experience for me learning how to read different patterns. So I'm fully up to speed now on the Moda Blockhead patterns. Found them quite tricky in the beginning, and I have found this is my second Fat Quarter Shop pattern, and so far I found their instructions amazing. So the first one I did was a Halloween one called Boo. I'll put the link down to that below as well, actually, just in case you're interested. That was for a table runner. I'm feeling table runner size is probably my jam. This one, very small and fiddly, although I loved the speed in which you can create a little project. Table runner, not too big to manage, but not too small as well to be fiddly. So a good balance for me. So you can see I'm showing you different parts of how this gets made up. This is a little tree that's going to sit inside of the mug outline, and it was the actual mug outline that I struggled with. I got my cup handle slightly off skew. You don't see too much of that in here though because of careful editing, the joys of YouTube. So I'm showing you, if you like, the steps that worked for me this time round. There is a lot on here. I wasn't planning on talking all the way through it actually. I did think I'm just going to give you a bit of an intro and then play some Christmas music. But whilst I'm chatting away, I did want to mention as well, next week, if you're not a subscriber, I would love to subscribe. Next week I do have my third Quilty chat. At the time of recording that, I didn't have this project done. This was literally, it was a last minute one actually. My day was open. I wanted to do a nice quick project. I thought this would be it. So this was made and edited and published after the Quilted chat. So you won't see this as part of that, but I'll include it in the next one because I do like the idea of keeping a little bit of a record of all my quilty stuff as well as my cross stitch stuff, just so I can look back and see the progress I've made and how far I've come with some of this, because it is very much a technique and a skill that cannot be learned over a few projects. This, I think, the joy of quilting is definitely a lifelong learning lesson for many people. I'm trying to be selective in what I choose to do because obviously you see fabulous designs and they make it look easy when you watch people on YouTube. I do not find it easy to do, but nevertheless I find it really satisfying and enjoyable having a go, and that's what it's all about. So this little tree is probably the most fiddly part of it coming together, and I love the overall thing with this is it's a very much a scrappy look, so I did enjoy this with the scrappy look. This is not made with any particular collection. I got some, in fact I think I got them last Christmas in the sale, some Fat Quarter Christmas themed, a little bundle, just random ones. So I've just put all of these together just to make this particular pattern. Of course I had to go with red, even though I don't normally sew with red, but it is Christmas. But I was focusing on the fabrics that I got with small patterned pieces because I knew if I went with anything too big, it just wouldn't stand out because these pieces are so tiny. So you can see the red one is a good one because it's got these little tiny trees. And in fact, I got this red fabric years and years ago to make a Christmas cushion, and I had some bits left over, so you know it pays to hold on to your stash for sure. The tricky bit that I found actually, you probably can't notice it too well, but the stem or the tree trunk, you know what, I do not have brown in my stash. This is the closest brown that I could find. It was crazy. So yeah, I don't particularly like brown colours. I did get a mini sham pack from my subscription, but I made that into a hot potato zapper. I thought, right, not keen on this colour. Let me practice the hot potato zapper bag with it. I wish I'd have realised that I was going to need a little bit of brown, or else I would have kept one to one side. But you live and learn. This is where all these little scraps are coming into play. I decided to cut out the same colours fabric from the actual mug itself, and the red, as you can see, and the Christmas tree, even some of the white. The only thing I added was this pink. I love pink in Christmas colours, and this, you see here, hopefully it's got little Christmas stocking designs. So again, nice and small little design. The green design, the green fabric, if you can't quite notice it, it's got little nutcrackers in. Very, very cute. But yes, it's amazing how many Christmas fabrics there are right there. So I'm just trying to build my stash of that. Not with yardage. Fat quarters are definitely the way for me, or charm packs and mini charm packs. I do like working, making these little patch blocks. So this was a nice fun one to do. Now you're going to see after I've pressed this and ironed it that when I put this together it came out slightly bigger, and I have no idea why. This is when I start to realise something's gone wrong with my either cutting accuracy or sewing accuracy. But I thought, I don't care, I'm going to make it work. So I just seam ripped out that last row of stitching because I didn't really want to go to the effort of trying to build up on the left hand side with more of the red for the rug. But it did make sense then as to why my mug handle wasn't placed right. I think what I should have done, and what I've missed out, is actually an extra row of white across the top. But I made it work. You can see here now I've just got right sides together, and I've got some quilting batting as well in that layer, and I've just pinned those, left a bit of a gap so that I can turn it inside out after I've trimmed all these edges. So trying to make it as close to that stitch line as possible so it's not as bulky when I turn it right side out. So this is actually taking pride of place. I'm definitely making use of this. I've never really come across mug rugs, even in the UK, or now that I'm in Australia. I think it's definitely an American thing, and I love it. I love the idea of having a little space to put your mug, as well as maybe if you've got a little plate or you've got some little bickies along the side. So it's definitely a win for me, and it's definitely something that I'm going to make over and over again for like my work desk at home, as well as side of my bed and my craft room. And this is it, my finished scrappy look. I did overstitch as well. You can see it's a little bit wibbly wobbly. I think that's my style. I think that's my signature actually. But I really enjoyed making this project, and I definitely recommend you check it out if you're looking for a beginner friendly one as well. Thank you for watching. Have a great crafting weekend.